Alright guys, so here's the next project of Mini. Not even sure what year it is. It's like a 90 or something like that. Toyota Cressida. Doing an LS swap like usual. Seems to be a normal thing here now. This time we got a little fancy and we just bought the CX racing kit just to save some time, mainly because I'm kind of short on time right now, so we'll see if this makes it any quicker. Right now I already got the towers just kind of, they're not tightened down yet, they're just kind of mocked up. Just so if we need to move it around when we put the motor in there, we could. We hammered out the trans tunnel a bit. We'll see if it was enough. When I got this car, it already had the engine pulled. So thanks to whoever did that, saved us some time. And over here on this fancy Home Depot cart, we got the T56, and there's the LS1 5.7. It's out of a 4th gen F body 02, so it got the heads. I think they're the 241s. It'd be cool if they were the 243s, but they're not, but it's all good. And we're about to see if hopefully we can just set this in there on the first try. Alright guys, so right now we're taking off the stock fuel pump and we're gonna put a Walboro 450 in it. Alright, so there we have it with the Walboro installed. Now we just gotta put this back in the tank and on to the next thing. I'm just gonna run a Corvette fuel filter for the fuel regulator just so that I have less stuff in the engine bay, because I don't really feel like running a external regulator. Alright, so the new fuel pump's in, the 10 units in. On this car, pretty much the pump is like has its own, and then the level sensor is here, and then blue is positive, white is negative on this connector. I think the thickness on the wire should probably be fine for this pump. I don't know, if I had to guess, I would say it's probably like 12 gauge or something like that. So I think it should be thick enough to be for the power this pump draws or whatever. Now I'm just gonna toss the tank back in and then set up the fuel pressure or the fuel filter. There.
You just want me to come para que haga el clean up. Ya ni se responde.
Dude, ¿qué andas haciendo, little blue? Holy. So we're switching the shocks. I guess we're putting coilovers on it. So should be, I kind of forgot to start recording, but we've got some BC Racing coilovers that we're going to be tossing or putting in it. So I guess you'll probably see from the old videos what it used to look like, and then you'll see what it looks like now. And then we also put the CTSB calipers. So now we're going to roll the fenders. After the coilovers, it sits a lot lower now. It doesn't really need it, kinda like it kinda does, kinda doesn't. But right here, sorry, it actually does hit, I guess, because I can feel it almost. You can see here where it would kind of touch. So we're just gonna roll them real quick. hope you guys enjoyed that footage. I kind of had broke my phone, so I kind of lost a lot of it, so I just kind of put what I had. But anyways, it's a 91 Toyota Cressida. It's considered silver in color. It has like a blue tint. And then I put this LS1 out of a 02 Camaro in it. So let's probably just start off with like the brakes. For brakes in the front, I put the CTSV caliper, which is pretty much like it's a Brembo caliper. It's just they made it for the Cadillac. Then it has for the rotors, it has the 350Z rotors, and then the kit that I bought, it came with the little like hub-centric ring for the rotors. The kit, I think, is from like SCG Performance. They're out of Canada. The wheels, they're like BBS replica wheels. They got Volvo hubcaps on them, but they're BBS replicas, 18s. I think they're like 18 by 8s, and the tires are 225 40 18. In the rear, it still has the stock. It still has the stock brakes back here, as you can see. But I do have the kit from the same company too, SCG Performance, for the Z32 rear caliper. O'Reilly's and AutoZone, pretty much they don't sell those calipers no more, so I had to figure out how to come up with some. What else? Interior wise, interior is gutted. It's pretty trashy. It's been sitting for a while, but it used to have the rear seats and everything, but we kind of took them off because when we did the coilovers, they were like pretty gross under them. They have like rat's nests and stuff, so we just tossed them. It needs new seats in the front. Then sorry, I kind of got a cold right now, but then probably just reupholster that, new seats, and then it's got a T56 in it for the gauges. I'm currently trying to swap over to the LS400 Custer, so I can use like the electronic speedo and all that. Let's see what else. For exhaust, it has the diesel muffler, so it's not, I don't remember, I think it's an MBRP muffler actually, so it muffles it down and it's not too loud, but it doesn't restrict any flow. And it has like a 4-inch tip on it, kind of fits the car because it looks ricery, straight rice. What else? For suspension, it just has the BC Racing coilovers. The height, I just pretty much put them on there the way they came, and it sits pretty good. Maybe I'll put a different video on a different day. So I just got that intake on there for temporary. I got my relays over there, one of them for the fuel pump, and then one is for the fan 1 and 2. Right now I took the fans off because I kind of blew the head gasket, so we're in the process. I'm gonna do the head gaskets on it, and I'm gonna swap to 799 heads and then put a cam in it, so it'll probably boost the power up a little bit. And then I have a new intake for it, I just haven't had a chance to put it on there. What else? I got the MSD spark plug wires for the header, so you can adjust them so they won't hit. And then the kit I used, it's from CX Racing, and it came with the, as you can see there, the engine mount, headers, oil pan, tranny cross member, so it all just bolted in. And then I just ran the engine harness in there. Ran stock this way on the Camaro, and it also runs stock this way kind of on the car. It goes in and it has like a holder to go into the firewall, so I ran it in through there. And then when I got the harness off of the car, I cut off the plugs on like the car side, so I could just like unplug this harness if I would like to want to, and then plug it back into the car, just because I kept the plug, so it's all just pretty much like, let's say if I pull the motor, instead of unplugging everything, I just unplug it like how I would factory, and then just lay it over to pull it out quick. Still has the washer fluid reservoir. As you can see, it needs the hood struts. I have them unbolted currently. I use them as a hood stand, so I mean, it needs them but doesn't need them. Then the heater core hoses, I ran them around that side. They still go into the stock location. Heater core, heater works mainly because I'm in the Pacific Northwest and it gets pretty cold out here. and I do plan on deleting it here soon. Then it has a remote mounted oil filter. You can see it, the oil lines go down there, and then it's there. It just has a cheap microguard one. Still has the stock fuse box, and then for the clutch master cylinder, it's I think it's like a 90 or something like that Land Cruiser master cylinder, and then it has the fittings there for like the remote mounted reservoir. And then I just have it for now zip tied to the windshield wiper motor. I had to do this reservoir like this because otherwise it would hit. If you use the stock one that they come with, it hits on this, so this way it won't hit. And this reservoir is off of the same O2 Camaro. The brake master stock, and then it's got the excessive manufacturing clutch pedal. The brake pedal's not cut down yet. It still starts up and everything, it just kind of blows a little smoke. Like I said, blown head gasket. So I'll probably post some videos of doing the heads on it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The next time I probably post a video on it, I'll probably just be doing the heads on it. So yeah, I'm gonna do the 799 heads, which are pretty much kinda like the 243 heads. The casting's the same. I think the 243s have different valves and better springs from the factory. So they got more flow than these. So I'm gonna swap those mainly just because I had them laying around. So I'm gonna swap those and then put a cam, probably that sloppy stage 2 cam in it, just because it's cheap and it makes pretty good power, and it sounds pretty good. The radiator is still the stock O2 F body radiator that it came out of. Hoses, same thing, and then it has this here because it's the power steering cooler. Currently it doesn't have the power steering hooked up, but I have the hoses made. I'll probably put them in there when I do the heads. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this car. I hope you guys, well actually, I'm not sure if I said it, but the exhaust, it's got 2.5, pretty much dual, and then it like comes to a Y together somewhere around like right in this area, and then it has, I can't remember if I put, I think 4-inch after that out to the back. So that's the exhaust. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.